Welcome back to another Garcia Aquatics. How everybody doing? Getting ready for that Christmas. How's everybody doing, huh? Everybody doing good? Everybody's doing great? I hope everybody's doing good. Today, as you can see in the title, it says, let's talk. Whatever you guys want to talk about, like I always do, the link is in the top. You can go ahead and click it. Come on up and talk whatever you want to talk about. And if you want to show your tanks or anything like that, you're more than welcome. And I'm just hoping that one of my guests shows up today, but we'll see what happens. Delenia, welcome, my brother. How you doing? Hoping to see anybody else that's going to be coming up, and I hope everybody enjoy the beautiful video that I dropped, that little funny video of me and Lady Shimmy Shimmy. We could talk about that. You could tell me on your opinions what you thought about that. Hey, Smokey, and wait, welcome. Hey, Smokey. Hey, Ratesh, how you doing, Ratesh? Hey, Smokey, what do you think about that new, what do you think about that video? What did you think about it? Anybody? Anybody want to talk about anything? You can come up, and like I always do. Oh, Shark Fin, welcome. Since I already dropped it on top, I'm gonna drop it right here again. And like always, I'm gonna do this real quick. Dillinger, welcome. Wait, welcome. Smokey, welcome. Ratesh, welcome. Sharkfin, welcome. Jimmy P, how you doing? And that's strange you're here. So that means you cut the grass already? Infusion, welcome. And Butflies, welcome. Yes, you guys like that video. Would you like to see more videos like that? More different types of videos of me and Lady Shimmy Shimmy going to places and stuff like that, doing videos together and turning the videos a little bit clowning around, or you or should it be a little more serious? What do you think? Well, you guys think about that. Let me know. But Jimmy P, here we go, Jimmy P. You let me know. It's wonderful to see everybody here. And like I said, if anything you guys want to talk about, we can go ahead and talk about it. We can talk about anything. Oh, you're watching a football game. I can't believe you still watch football. Which football game you watching, Jimmy P? Which team playing? Smokey, can you come up? Fishion. Anybody? Anybody want to come up and hang out with Garcia? Big Tank Hank. What's going on, my brother? God bless you. How you doing, Big Tank Hank? I'm being like you. Trying to be like you, Tank. What do you think? Oh, wrong one. What do you think? Get in there or no? Big Tank Hank. Oh, haha. If anybody wants to come up, let's go Eagles. Let's go Eagles. Let's go Eagles. Let's go Eagles. Forget about the Cowboys. I don't like the Cowboys. How you doing, San Ginger? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome. I dropped the link there in case if anybody wants to come up and hang out with Garcia Aquatics and talk about anything they want, or show their reptiles or their freshwater tanks or saltwater tank. Hey, Skull, what's going on? Like I said, I'm dropping the link. Whoever wants to come out, they can come out. That's right, Jimmy. But we just gotta be careful with some of the people that love the cowgirls. I mean the Cowboys. I wish I could. Lady Shimmy Shimmy said that I can't go nowhere. She wants me to stay home. Oh, no problem. No problem. Um, yes. Like Zen Ginger says, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Make sure you turn up all the way. Make sure that you never know when Garcia Quad is going to be dropping a video or when he's going to go live. And I'm just wondering what you guys think about what kind of videos that I should do, or should I just keep on doing the same videos like I did, like the video I just dropped, or go back to the same way I was before? Which videos would you like? Would you like to see how me being? Hey Danielle, welcome. So I'm just seeing how everybody's doing their stuff, and I was just wondering. And there's going to be more projects that I'm thinking about doing and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be probably getting more stuff. But for the meantime, I just gotta take care of what I gotta take care of first before I get anything else. And, and I want you guys to enjoy my journey. I want you to be part of my journey because without you guys, I can't be where I'm at right now. And everybody's doing an awesome job in everything. And I really, also, you like to see more escaping, more overhaul tanks videos. Okay, no more unboxing. That's cool. Exactly. There's a lot of people not really not into the unboxing too much. They just want to see how you set up your tanks, how you escape your tanks, how you escape your tank, what kind of fishes you get, and that's basically what everybody's really looking for. And that's how we should do videos and going places instead of just opening boxes because it's it might be a little bit entertaining for some other people, but some other people don't like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. How you doing? Welcome, Alice Carnelli. Thank you for showing up. And like I always say, guys, hit that like button, hit that share button, and turn on that notification bell to notify you when another video is going to come out. Danielle, those are not convicts. Those are frontosas. They look like convicts, but the convicts are more uglier. And I used to have my convicts, and I got rid of all my black convicts, and I gave it to all my convicts. I gave it to my local breeder. And in this tank here, I got 3 Oscars. Let me see if I can turn the camera a little bit more this way. And as you can see, I got my alligator gar that he's all the way down over there. And I got some Jack Dempsey's and my pike, my white spotted pike. Nah, convicts are not that big. The biggest one I ever seen was about that big. But these Frontosas been with me for almost 2 years and a half, going to 3, and sooner or later they'll be bigger, and I'm gonna start breeding them. I got I got red Frontosas in there. I got Brundis in there, and I have a Rhino Pleco in there, and that's how I have my setup on these 2 tanks here. And thank you for telling me good stuff about my beautiful ship, the ship right there. But sooner or later, I might change it around again. Me, I don't stay mostly with the same design, but as you can see, this right here, those 2 rocks, these 2 rocks are coming out because I'm gonna get more of those rocks, those corals from Carib Sea. I'm gonna get some more of those because basically I'm gonna fill up that whole tank with those for they can have fun and relax. Oh, so that's what really happens, Ratesh. I didn't know that. That when they're young, they they have that vibrant red, but when they start getting older, they start fading away. So what? They'll be like the Brundis. They'll get dark. Ratesh, I will let you know about that. I haven't done no research on them. I thought they stayed red for good. And yes, Alice Carnelli, they constantly breed, and it's just oh, the red becomes blue red, then red red. Oh, and like I was saying before, they're like the convicts. They just like the jewel sicklers. They constantly breeding, and the cribentis, I call them crips. Fish fam down link. How you doing? Oh, okay. Thank you, Ratesh. But I like, but I like them a lot. But if it happens, it happens. But since I got the Burbundis in there and the Red Fantosas, and who knows if they mix up. And I only have one Black Widow in here. One Black Widow. One. But we'll see what happens. With time, we will know. But I'm enjoying them now, and I'm loving them, and I like them a lot. And then I got my Faja puffer on the other side, and my other big tank I have with the other in the dining room. And yes, Danielle, I'm in Florida. I'm in the West Palm Beach area, and I really love Florida. But the only thing I don't like about my Florida is that mostly all my tanks, even though with the temperature I keep my house, as you can see how my tanks get, that's why I'm not liking too much. Even though if I put a good cover and everything, it still happens, but it's okay. It just helps me a little bit with the water change, and then I just go ahead and top it off and put the prime and the stability in it, and that'll be good. And where you at, Daniel? Wait, how you doing? Hey, Danielle, where you located at? If you mind me asking, since I told you I'm in Florida. Since you said that you used to live in Wellington and Lake Worth, are you in Ohio? The shit thing. Oh, that's too funny. If anybody wants to come up, if anybody wants to come up, there's the link. If anybody wants to come up, the link is right there. Florida could be awesome, but with the hurricanes and with the rain, it could be it could be in the 90s or in the 80s and looking all beautiful, sun out. Then you got these little showers here and there, then it'll stop. But it's just ridiculous. And sometimes when you don't see no sun, be prepared. It's gonna rain. If anybody wants to come up, there's the link, like I said. And what's everybody's favorite fish? How about that? I know I asked that 1,000 times and in different live streams, and I was just wondering. I like the way you put it. Yes, the weather is bipolar. Alex Cardinelli. Well, I like that. I would like to see that arowana. I guess I'm gonna have to look that up later. Alex Cardinelli. Mark's Art. They have a beautiful flower horn. They got baby flower horns. They got the red devils. They got a red devil and they got a red parrot. Anybody, can you tell me what's going on and how you guys been? Can you please tell me? I would like to know. Oh wow. Hey, look who just snuck in here. How you doing? How you doing, Nano? Don't worry. I'm still trying to work that project to go down there. And they also got an arowana, real small baby arowana. No Oscars. They got baby Oscars. Thank you for understanding, Nano. Uh, Alice Carnelli, don't go too crazy. Sooner or later, I'm gonna be with DJ Guppies, um, Rodolfo, and I'm gonna be with Nano Aquarium. I'm gonna be down in neighborhood fish farm, and I'm gonna be checking their stuff out. So I'll let you know. And usually they have a lot of Oscars down there. And since you're looking for one that's about like 3 to 6 inches, or if you're looking for Oscars like that big, like I got in there, and look at your buddy, look at your buddy right there, look at that pikey, look at that pike. He's relaxing. I really like that pike, but at first he never wanted to be out. So now he got accustomed. He's happy. He comes out, but sometimes he's A-O. But they leave him alone and he's okay. But I enjoy the tank. I love the way they set up, and they're relaxing. And also, I'm still working on that 65. And yes, guys, you're gonna hear it first. That 65 that I have over there, I'm turning that one into a cave. Yeah, that's funny. No, Nano, I haven't got that rimless tank yet. I just been taking care of other things and stuff like that. But don't worry. When I get that rimless tank, you hear it here first. Soon as I have it, I'm gonna do it escape live. I'm gonna do escape with the rimless on the live. Hey, Ratesh. I wish there was a way if I could get some fishes from over there. Yes, I got two. I got two baby flower horns. But we'll see what happens to see because you can't tell the sex yet, which one is a female, which one is the male. So I just decided to just grab those two, and we'll see how they will look when they get bigger. Ratesh, email me Garcia Aquatics at gmail.com. Garcia Aquatics at gmail.com. Garcia Aquatics at gmail.com. Email me. Zed Ginger is good to come back. And Ratesh, I just want to know how to do it. If I could get some fishes and get it imported here, because I would like to get some. And if you have any pictures or anything like that, or anything, and if we could talk, I need to talk. I need to talk to you about a few things. Because I would like to get into that. Funny. Okay. Stephen P. Welcome. Welcome, Stephen P. If anybody wants to come up, here's the link. Okay, Ratesh, I'll do what I have to do on my end, but I would like to talk to you more. I just like to see if somebody would like to come up, so they could show me their tanks and what how they do things. Danielle, that's all. If nobody doesn't want to come up, that's fine. I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere. One question: does anybody just top off tanks, or everybody does their water change weekly, or daily. There's some people that do water changes daily and weekly, or every other second week or whatever. Me personally, the only thing that I like to do is just top off the tanks, put my prime, put my stability, and clean the canister. I would like to know from everybody how they do things. Okay. The only reason why I asked that kind of question is just because is this is how I'm seeing it. If you do so much water change, it's like you're changing a little bit on the water parameters and taking water out, filling it back up, putting all these chemicals and doing everything. Even though I know out of the wild is a different thing, this is a glass box. But even though it's just being a glass box, if you have your fishes that cleans the bottom, there's mid swimmers, top swimmers, you don't even have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it too much. The only thing you just got to worry about is just making sure you don't clean your handbag filters or your canisters so thoroughly. Because if you do that, you're going to get rid of all the good bacteria that you need. You just got to do a little bit. Leave a little bit, even though you can still see a little bit, that's okay. Because that's the good bacteria that you want to keep in there. But at least you clean out your canister, you clean your handbags or your sponge filters, and you just top off the water and you'll be good. But for me, doing lowering the water, doing like 80%, putting put it this way, from 50% to 80%, because there's people that does 80% water change or 50% water change. To me, to me, it's not good at all. I just go ahead and top it off and clean the canisters. That's the way I do it. If you're running a business, it's a different story. You do got to do some water changes. To do those water changes, you need to do because some of these tanks are run into different sponge filters, and you have the PCV pipe running, so you can do your water changes, let out and bring back in. It's a lot of different things. That's the same thing I do. I just squeeze the sponge. When I do my sponge filters, I squeeze the sponge, and this is what I also do. When I take off the sponge, I even clean the thing that's holding the sponge filters. I just brush it out real good, but leave some a little bit of dirt, a little bit, and then I put the sponge filter back in. And before I put it in the tank, I just sprinkle a little bit of prime on it and put it right back in the tank and top off the tank. And just wait a few minutes, and then just drop a little bit of stability. Because already the sponge already got the prime on it, so I put a little bit I just wait like about like 10 or 15 minutes, then I put the stability. Exactly. You could kill you could crash your whole tank. That's why sometimes some of the people that does a lot of water changes, they won't even say that they lost a fish or two fish or three fish. They won't even say. But to me, that's why one reason why I don't do too much water changes. I just do a little bit of rinsing on the canisters or on the handbags. That's all I do. All my sponge filters, I just squeeze out with the same water that I just took out. I just take a jug, put it in my 5 gallon bucket, put that water in there, and like Aquarium Coral did one video. I use a Ziploc bag, just put it right inside the sponge filter. That for the whole tank won't get all cloudy. So I put it in the Ziploc bag, pull it out, unplug it, clean it out real good. And like I said, prime it, connect the air hose back on, and put it right back in the tank. When he did that video, that surprised me because I always, because you know, when you grab that sponge filter, soon as you squeeze it too hard or just a little bit, your water starts getting all cloudy. You don't want that. Yeah, I like that. But I'm a little thrown off over here. It's not a business, it's a large scale hobby. I sell out the things I don't want anymore. Oh, now I got it. Now I got it. Hey, Garcia. Lake Tulane. How you doing? How you been? How's everything? But if you're gonna have goldfish and stuff like that, and you know that they're known for that, that's why you don't put no gravel or any type of substrate in the bottom. You just go ahead, just vacuum them all that pieces up, and you'll be okay. And you just taking a little bit of the water out and stuff like that. Ah, I like that. Busy, but getting things done and making moves. Make those moves, girl. Make those moves. Everybody should be doing some moves. And and also the other fishes that give you a lot of has a lot of they drop a lot of waste is the African cichlids. But it depends how you feed your fish. Because there's some people that feed the fish 3 times a day or 2 times a day. But for me, I'll feed the fishes like today, they don't get no food. Tomorrow they'll get food. Then on Tuesday, they get a little bit. Wednesday, they don't get nothing. Then Thursday, they get a little bit. Then on Friday, they get a lot because they're not going to be eating Saturday and Sunday. It's the way I do it. And that's why I don't have too much cloudiness and I don't have to do too much water changes. But if you do a lot of water changes and you feed your fishes a lot, it's going to throw off your whole parameter of the way you got the fishes. Oh, okay. So then, Danielle, you like the way I do it, right? You like the way I feed my fishes, because a lot of people they just sometimes they just wonder what's wrong with their tank, and if you feed your fishes 2 times or 3 times a day, you're making them work too much eating. Even though I know you want to get them a little chunky and stuff like that, but if you do that, it's going to be a lot of bio load. So that's how I do it. Saturday, Sunday, no food. But when it comes to Friday, it's usually when I get out of work, and it's usually like around like 4 or 5. Even though that's a long wait until I get out of work for them, but when they get their food, they get enough food. Everybody. And my Fahaka, him, I usually feed him one day yes, one day no, or sometimes once and then 2 days without food. Because I just give him a lot of crayfish and clams. That's what I give him. I like that people understand what I'm talking about. But other people think that just because do if you don't do that, they thinking that you are not feeding the fish properly, and you are and you're hurting them by not feeding them because they're constantly moving, swimming, swimming, swimming. Yes, they do a lot of swimming because they're in a glass box. They don't got nowhere else to go. If they're out in the wild, are they eating every day? Are they constantly? They just keep on swimming. They're gonna keep on going, which way they ever they're going. And yes, they might be eating a lot and stuff like that, but sometimes they're not. They know already what to do. But when they're in a glass box, they don't see the food coming to them. You're the one that's feeding them. You're the one that should control the feeding. Do not overfeed your fish. You don't want too much bio load. Aquarium Talk TV. How you doing? Yes, Aquarium Talk TV. Gordon. Yes, we're talking about people that how we're asking people how they feed their fish, how they do their water changes, and want to know how they do it. And I explain to them how I do mine. Saturday, Sunday, no food. Monday, a little bit, a little more on Tuesday. Wednesday, no food. Thursday, a little bit of food. But then on Friday, a nice good feeding. Like that for letting the food digest for Saturday and Sunday before they eat a little bit again. That's the way I'm doing it. and Danielle agrees with me, and other people might agree with me, because there's people that feed their fishes twice a day or 3 times a day. It and then they wonder why they have to do so much water changes and stuff like that. If you have any opinions, or anything like that, go ahead and drop it in the chat, or if you want to come up and we could talk about it. It depends. I know you're a very busy person, but like you said, depends on the fish size, etc. You're 100% right. James, how you doing? How you doing, James? It's great to see you here. Thank you for coming. Let me see what Alice Cornelli says here. But just remember, sometimes when you give them that tilapia or shrimp or earthworms or anything like that, just remember it turns a little bit on the water. It gives it a little bit of oil. Welcome, my brother. How you been? How's everything? God bless you, my brother.
Am I in?
Yes, you're in.
There we go. I made it.
Thank you, my brother, for coming.
What's that?
We're basically talking about some of the is this people that overfeed their fish, and I know sometimes when you got those big fish, you got to keep feeding them, but you just can't overfeed your tank, because then you're gonna have to deal with the fire load and the way the water parameter turns, and you get the cloudiness, and then you just wonder why your tank is. Oh,
I think a lot of it comes from it depends on your feeding regimen, but it also depends on the type of fish you have, how big are they, how small are they. Like for example, I have some fish in here, which I'll tell you in here. Um, I got baby peacock bass. I have to feed them 2 to 3 times a day. I have cardinal tetras. They need to be fed at least once a day minimum. Are they otherwise? With my luck, they just seem to wither out. Um, However, I have monster fish that I feed every other day, depending on what I feed them. It could go from pellets to raw diet. It really kind of all depends on the tank that I'm feeding and what I'm trying to get across. Now, what I don't agree with is when people power feed. I don't. Well, it's not that I don't agree with it. I just don't think it's the answer. When people power feed, expecting their fish to grow bigger quicker, that can be detrimental to the fish that you're trying to raise. You know, we can speak on that on Oscars. I've seen Oscars the size of basketballs in 6 months, and I've also seen Oscars the size of a football in a year. It really just kind of all depends on what you're really the species of fish and what you're trying to do. I don't agree with feeding fish heavily and power feeding. That's just kind of not my thing. But it is what it is. Hold on, Berto.
no problem.
There we go.
I understand what you're saying, but there's some of the people that power feed, even though like when they're young and stuff like that, they want to see that big, they want to see that fish grow so quick. But then when they see it, they already grew so big, they don't know what to do with it, get rid of it, or just let it be. You don't do that. But I
Yeah,
understand with the fries, you got to be constantly feeding them every day.
yeah, small
They have
fish
to
for
get
sure.
big. But as soon as they get to that size, they look decent. Then you can slow down with the feeding.
Yeah, yeah. I think once they get to the right size, um, you're all right, depending on again the species of fish. But yeah, I think people like overfeeding and having to do water changes is a big thing, right? Like that's the common. I think that's the common mistake we all make as fish keepers. But what's arguably the most fun part of owning fish? Feeding them. So we want to feed. It's in our nature to want to feed them and feed them a little too much or more than they can chew off, but chew off in 10 minutes, whatever the case may be. And that's a problem that we have as fish keepers. I'm guilty of it. I'm firsthand guilty of it. I'm the power feeder over here. Um, what did Danielle say? Sorry, I can't see.
Oh, I'll put it back. My mistake. Hold on.
It's just weight maintenance when they reach the right size. Yeah, we could speak on that too with my puffer. Um, you know, some people like to call. One person likes to call them overweight. However, my puffer is absolutely perfect. But however, puffer fish are one of the true fish in the hobby that you can quickly overfeed and make them severely obese. And another one is actually arowana. I've seen some fat Asian arowanas.
How about red tail catfish?
Red tails are red tails. They're pigs. I think
They
they get fat. Period.
they just get fat because they're always looking for food. They want
Yeah,
food no matter
yeah,
what. And also, the one that makes me laugh the most is the ugliest fish in the world, but he eats over his size. The gulper catfish.
yeah. They can eat 2 times the size of them. That's a pretty remarkable thing when you look at a fish like that that can do that. Also, very dangerous at the same time. Just because a gulper catfish can eat twice the size of its body length doesn't mean it can't die. Um, what it will do is it will try to eat it. It eats it. I've seen it firsthand. A friend of mine had one. He was feeding smelt and silver sides, about the same size as the gulper. It was about 5 inches at the time. He decided to feed it. What was it? I think it was like a 10-inch slab of tilapia. Um, it was such a big, thick piece that it was stuck. There was no, and him being an inexperienced fish keeper at that time, which at the now he is more. He's not on social media, um, but it ended up killing him, and he knew better. Now he knows better. So they will eat it in the wild if they can be. Well, in the wild they don't have ease of access to
Yeah.
unlimited amounts of food and being fed and all that stuff. They kind of got to eat when they can, and it just kind of it depends. I can't see the chat, so I don't know what's going on.
All right. Let me see. James was also talking about this. That is so sadly here in Florida that even when they get big and stuff like that, what people will do, they throw it in the canals or in their ponds. If they got their
Yeah,
own personal pond, it's okay. But in the man-made ponds, they just go ahead and dump the fish there. And what they will do, go back to the pet store and buy a little one and grow it out. And when it gets big again, they'll throw it out in the canals or in the ponds. And
yeah,
that pisses me off. I don't like that. But it's just other YouTubers. They be like, oh, you could do this, you could do that. And I know they will come up with videos. Look what I found in the canals. Look what I found in the pond. And
yeah. James Nature Aquatic has some beautiful tanks, by the way. But I will say this, man. I don't know what, like, you're out there in Florida, Berto, but you're a hobbyist, right? James
Yes,
Nature
sir.
Aquatics is a hobbyist. I know a lot of great hobbyist fish keepers out in Florida. Drew, a lot of fish keepers, too many to name, but they're hobbyists. Then there's creators that have zero hobbyist in them, and they were only in it for entertainment, and they use a living animal as entertainment to get a quick buck off of ad revenue, and they stage content, dumpster diving for fish. We've seen that too many times in the hobby, and what they're doing is they're targeting children. Their audience is primarily, I would imagine, at least 13 years old and up, and as a kid, when you see that, you're going to want to click that. Now, if you're in it to make a quick buck and doing something to make a quick buck and you're not hurting anybody, you're not harming anyone, I have no problem with you. I don't knock your hustle. Salute to you. But however, when it comes down to a living animal and you're using it for money and views, and not only that, you're teaching people the wrong things in regards to the fish keeping hobby, and you're ruining the hobby for everybody else. You're literally you are those people are the exact reason with the whitelist in Florida. They were trying to stop like 80% of species of fish from coming into Florida. That would be detrimental to the hobby, detrimental to small businesses, local fish stores, all those people that rely on running those stores that provide us with fish to pay their mortgage and their bills and get their children through school and ahead. They're going under if that happens. And it takes these idiotic people in the hobby that I don't even call them in the hobby. These people are not in the hobby one bit whatsoever. It takes these idiotic creators
They just want to get their name out and get the money.
Get their name out, get the money. They don't care about the damage done. They're not going to be here for it. They want to collect. See, YouTube has this thing called 50K Club. It's called the 50K Club. Have you heard of it, Berto?
Never heard of it.
Okay, so YouTube has this thing. It's like a secret society.
I like the hat you got.
Thank you. He's going to get knocked out. He's going to get knocked out, but he'll be.
But thank you for supporting him.
No, I don't support him.
I just had to say that.
Yeah,
but you were saying,
I will let it be known very clearly. This hat was gifted to me. I do not support. I support Predatory Fins and Rodrigo and everything he does. He's a great man. But in terms of the fight, I hope he gets his butt kicked, and he will. And but when it comes down to like the fish keepers out there, we got there are some great creators out there that can blend very well with being a hobbyist and creating incredible legendary content in terms of captivating their audience. Not necessarily on an educational spectrum, because I don't think he's in it for that. But one of them that I do like is Paul Cafaro.
Yes.
I think, as a kid coming up on YouTube, and having the audience he has, he does a damn good job now at trying to do the right thing when it comes down to the hobby, and he's cautious about the content he puts out there nowadays, not knowing of what could happen with that footage 10 years down the road. Could some little kid see that and go out and do something stupid, or whatever the case may be? Now, however, there are other ones out there like, Bass Fishing Productions and all that other stuff. Like, I've seen a couple of their stuff, and again, their target audience is kids, but they need to understand something, and they need to understand it very clearly. They're ruining the hobby in their own state, and it's not just them in the hobby in Florida. There's hundreds of thousands of other fish keepers and by doing that and getting, you think of a YouTube video gets 1 million views, you don't think people have that's not just reached the hobby. The hobby is relatively small. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah. Well, the way we do our videos, we want to educate the people and what could happen and how it's been working for ourselves, how it works for me.
Yeah.
I want to share my knowledge for what I know and the way it's been working for me.
Yeah.
But with these people here doing what they're doing, going to the store, buying the fish, then out of nowhere, doing a video, I found it. Look what I found in the sewer, or look what I found in the lake.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I've been fishing all my life, and I've been in different lakes. You think I'm gonna find a ghost knife, a baby ghost knife in a stream or in the sewer, or
Yeah. I will say this: I've seen of like real footage of ghost knife fishing like rivers and creeks and like in Florida. Now, but not in sewers, right?
yeah.
But I have seen them. I have seen them. I have seen them throughout Florida. Yeah, man, Florida's got a real big problem out there when it comes to like invasive species of fish, and it stems from the I truthfully, I believe that the creators are to blame, in my opinion. Not all Florida creators. There's a lot of great ones out there. A lot of great ones out there in Florida. A lot of great creators out there that can make entertaining content, that have massive pages and channels, and they provide the right information. And there are also some others out there that have a massive following, a massive channel, and they provide. They just want to go out and dumpster dive for fish or find pools of fish in abandoned houses, and you know um, use live animals, putting them in risky situations that could kill them for clicks and views.
That's what they're mostly doing it, just for the click and views and all this clickbait. Also, they do all this clickbait and stuff like that. It doesn't faze me at all, but I try not to do what they do because I'm just trying to leave a little legacy for my future grandkids so they can see grandpa, what grandpa used to do.
Yeah.
Why grandpa started with the video looking all quiet, and all the rest of the videos as it goes on, it's like he's losing his marbles or something. Trying to make it more entertaining and well educating and enjoying. I just want to show people how it's been working for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so that
that-
changed the whole conversation now. Now everybody's over here talking about we're talking about Arapaima neck and rubberneck.
Oh yeah. I can't see the chat, so highlight some.
Yeah, Ratesh says Joey's gonna put him to sleep.
Yep, I agree.
He's Team Joey. Let me see. Somebody else was here. Hold on. June is saying that Joey has no chance of winning. He's a dwarf. Well, June, one thing I gotta tell you. I haven't met Joey, but I met Ron. And for Joey, the way he's saying how tall he is, I'm in the same category. We're all the same height. And
they're the same. They're roughly the same height.
Small, medium, and large with the arms.
Yeah, they're roughly the same in height. So.
And guys, Garcia Aquatics is going over there.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm getting my ticket. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, definitely. I think it gets unveiled on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, one of the two. So just follow the Fins and Fury page on Instagram, and there's a website where you can subscribe to the mailing list, so you're kind of in the first to know as to what's going on with everything. I'll be out there. My job. You know what? I'll say it on here. I've had probably 20 different messages minimum of people asking me if I'm fighting. I'd like to fight 100%, but at this one, I'm going to enjoy it. I have another job to do while I'm there, but I'm going to enjoy it too, man. So it's good for the hobby. It's putting something up that's never been done before in animal creator content, which dominates not just fish. We're talking reptiles, dogs, cats, whatever the case may be. It's arguably has a major domination on YouTube as an audience, as animals as a whole. People find comfort in watching animals or people talk about them. So, and as humans, we're just curious. So we want to know a little bit about everything. We're always trying to learn. So to have something in our hobby of this magnitude kind of take shape, I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. I think it's fun. I believe that there's no bad blood there is no bad blood on any of the fighters there, not one. Everybody is a friend. They're all doing it for the right reasons, which is purely fun and having a great time and putting on a good show. So that's the cool thing about it too. There's no real, like, I hate you in real life. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm going to knock the crap out of you. There's nothing like that going on. So which is fun, even more fun. So you don't have to stand on one side just, to be there, to just show your support because you think that they might have bad blood. If you truly think somebody's going to win, hey, vote for that person. And best of luck to you. You know what I mean?
Nano Aquarium, you saying they should get Sour Tank? Sour Tanks. He's too busy. He won't even show up to it, and there probably won't be no fighter for him.
Yeah. He's a fighter. He's an older guy now, from what I understand, and he's really busy. I can't. I don't know though, man. There's nothing to do with me. I don't organize anything. My job is a completely different job, and it involves filming. So, I don't know who's fighting, but I know that there's going to be some, like the card itself is going to be pretty wild. Definitely some unexpected people that you think probably wouldn't fight are going to be. In my opinion, I don't think some of the people that I'm hearing that might be in the mix, I'm like, I couldn't believe it. So, that's going to be cool too. But they should get Tazawa tanks, yeah, for sure.
And this is what Ratesh says here. Let me click it here.
Don't say it out loud, Gordon. Fighting is for fun. It takes all the fun of it. Say they're blood enemies. That brings out the fun. Yeah, come on. Hey, man. Like, I say comments like, man, there's a couple people out there that are taking this real seriously. Whether you just, maybe you don't like as a person, maybe you don't like one person. You're like, hey, I don't like that Gordon guy, for example. I want to see him get his ass kicked, right? Hey, man, you're welcome to watch the fight, order the pay-per-view, whatever the case may be too, man. Have fun with it. However you get a good time out of it, have fun with it, man.
And it's just basically not, and for what these guys are doing, it's basically fun, and it's for a charity. It's for a cause.
Yeah. It's going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a really,
some of the
really,
people
really
are going to be there's always going to be people criticizing. Oh, Joey, you could have done better. Oh, Rod, you could have done better. But they already know it is going to happen. You're going to hear a lot of people complain and stuff like that. And it's just words. And they're doing it
Yeah.
for a cause.
Yeah, no, like I mean, like I imagine like when you get on like a magnitude of that scale, like I mean I felt it firsthand myself, and I have a small channel, but I felt it firsthand myself. You know what I mean? You know, people, people are gonna some people you just can't please. You can't please everybody.
Right.
Some people aren't going to be your cup of tea. You're not going to be. They're not going to be yours. Whatever the case may be, and that's cool. Don't watch. Move on to the next thing, and that's something that you might find entertaining and fun, and keep it moving. There's nothing wrong with doing that and expressing that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But the moment that people like start to become like disrespectful, like I'm only speaking about me. Like the moment somebody decides to become disrespectful to you, that's the point in life where it depends on what you're saying. I've become very good at just actually filtering it out. Like I kind of like, it's weird. Like I had to comment on a video I did I don't know a bit ago, and there was a few comments of like hate comments on there, and one of my friends had went back and watched some of the videos and kind of scanned through my comments, and a couple of them were like kind of hateful. They weren't like terrible, but they weren't like great. Like most people would have probably deleted those comments. I had seen them. I guess I liked them or hearted them, but I'm so oblivious to it now, where it just kind of like goes boom, like it's like being grazed by a bullet. Nothing's gonna stick. You just kind of become desensitized to it, I guess. Like, which is a good thing, and like I mean, I guess it can be a bad thing, but primarily, I imagine it's a good thing.
But the way I look at it, like if they comment so stupid on the video, something they didn't like, and I just blessed. They took time to watch my video, and they took the time to comment on my video. Thank you. Even though it's negative, but I'm gonna use that negative that they just gave me, and I'm gonna turn it into a positive and make it better.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Yeah, like man, like I'm telling you right now, dude. Like if they're taking the time out to watch the video, at the end of the day, like hey, a view is a view. A view is a view. Thank you for watching. Right.
And thank you for that.
That's it. Thank you for watching. That's exactly it. Exactly. Ritesh, haters gonna hate. Yeah. I mean, when you're in this like kind of like this business, it's like you do get used to it. Sadly enough, you're not always going to be everybody's cup of tea, and everybody's a little bit doesn't have some people may not have manners and just move on to the next topic and whatever the case may be. I think a lot of people just in general, you just naturally become desensitized to it. Like, man, like if I used to tell you like how many things used to bug me way back in the day, like if I had the slightest bit of hate when I started off on a public spectrum, I would address it. And it was the word, like, like, I thought like, oh my God, like, they're trying to cancel me and blah, 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 blah. But literally at the end of the day, I didn't do anything. So, and once I realized that, it's just ignorant people not liking you. It is what it is. There's not much you can do about it. You just kind of got to move on from it. And the quicker you realize that and just let that get used to it, the less it matters as a whole, and you're able to proceed and move on. Sorry, I missed a bunch of highlighted comments there.
I'll bring it back. I'll bring
Yeah.
it back. This was
I think that because I'm in the
Mexican.
older group of tubers, I don't get the negativity. Jorge, no, yeah, man, I'm 35. Um, I look like I'm 15, but I'm 35, and so maybe I can pass off as that. But not saying you don't look 15. You may look 15. You're a great looking dude. Um, but at the end of the day, yeah, you're gonna. I think you're gonna get something anytime you deal with animals. That's a touchy subject. We're in hell's fire. In my opinion, like we're in such a situation where it's like, god damn, like we if a fish dies, I have to be able to explain it. Sometimes you can't explain it.
Because you don't know how it happened.
You're not there when it happens. So then what do? Well, you become crazy because you need to feel like you need to explain it. So you go and get a camera and you have that pointed on your tank at all times. So it's like, hey, I know at the end of the day, I can explain this if something were to happen. Fish jumps. Probably knowing me, the fish jumps. Anyways, a fish jumps. Or something happens, I can see, if there's a sickness or illness, I can start to see like when it started. Maybe they were swimming the wrong way or whatever the case may be. You know, I can explain it, but I think naturally, man, yeah, maybe Jorge, maybe, but I don't get a lot of it anyway to begin with. I don't get a lot of it anyway to begin with. I did it first, not a lot of it, but like I got
I
like
like this one from
I guess they
James.
let it get to me.
I like this one
James,
from
usually, if
James.
somebody's hating, it's because they're jealous and are in a bad place in their lives and lashing out. I just ignore them, the negativity. Try to stay positive and won't argue with people. Yeah, that's the best thing you can do, James. Sometimes, like you know, my grandfather taught me that time is precious. When he was as near his death, he told me that time is precious. He'll never get it back. Watch the time that you invest in the people in your life, because if it's wasted time, you're never going to get that back. And it's the same thing that goes with situations. If you're going to sit there and argue or dwell with people that basically it's not, there's no real point of doing it. That's just wasted time out of your life that you're literally never going to get back. So I agree.
Just like Danielle says over here, that she's a dog breeder. She gets hated all the time.
Kiss my hiney. That a girl. It truly is my animal. It truly isn't any animal business. Yeah, it is. It really is.
It's
Like
just a
we're in
society.
hellfire.
It's just a society that we live in, and
Yeah.
the way they grow, the way their mentality has been, and some people they just go ahead like they do with the fishes. They just go ahead and buy a dog, and then out of nowhere, just because they're gonna move out of state, they got the job change and everything. Where they going, they don't want to bring the
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leave it outside or take it to a pound. I hate when they do that.
Yeah. I know. When you take your dog to the pound, it's like, man, there's so many other avenues you could have went to try to find that dog a better home. However, the pounds here, I don't know about necessarily in Florida, and it depends on state by state or province by province. But in Ontario, my state, we're pretty good here. We're not allowed to have kill shelters. You're not allowed to have them here anymore. So, and there's a lot of rescues and stuff like that too. That will typically, if like a dog or a cat's laid stagnant at a local pound for too long, they'll come and rescue it, kind of take it, foster it a little bit, give it a bit of a fresh walk of life, and fresh new breath of life, and then kind of try to find a home for it that way. So we're pretty good here, pretty blessed here in Ontario. But yeah, the last thing that you should do is last resort is take it to a pound. And I hate it when it's, we just had a baby, got a dog, just had a baby. It's a big dog, so we're scared for our kid. That's the biggest piss poor excuse. What's another one I hate? Oh, the dog jumped on my kid, knocked over my kid. Got to give it up. That's another one I hate.
Oh, the dog's not listening to me.
Yeah, the dog's not listening to me. Another one I hate. All like, of course, the dog's gonna knock over a kid. Of course, the dog is not gonna listen to you if you don't provide it the proper training. Like, god damn, man. It is what it is. But thank God we have fish.
Yep, we can take care of them and no problem. Even though with me, I got my fish, I got my dog, and I got my son's dogs that I take care of too.
Yep.
Even though my son's dog that he found took it to all the different pounds to see if it was microchipped. It was not microchipped. So he said, I'm staying with this. It's half Chihuahua, half Jack Russell. Right? We see her. Days go by, weeks go by, and we see her getting big. I'm like, what is going on here? Is she eating the other dog's food? And so happened, she was pregnant. Somebody just got rid of it because they didn't want to deal with the puppies.
They didn't want to deal with the puppies. Puppies are the best thing, man. How do you not want to deal with any puppies?
And the sad part is 5 babies came out dead and 2 survived.
God damn. Yeah, that's
we got 2 of them there, and I just can't wait. Take them to the vet where they could get the shots and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, man. What's going on with you though? How's things with you?
Oh, everything's going wonderful. We still haven't set the date yet, but Garcia Quad is gonna get married to Lady Shimmy Shimmy. It's gonna happen 2024, but I left it to her. I said, you pick the date, and we'll announce it to everybody. We'll let everybody know. And I'm waiting for my local breeder to come back from Tennessee, because this whole thing you see here, I'm not liking it. We're gonna build a whole new wall unit. The Frontosa tank, since it's a 5-footer and it's 24 deep, that's gonna sit in the middle where this one is. It's gonna stick out a little more. The Fajardo tank is gonna go on this side where the Frontosa's on, and this one's gonna be on this side. Because we're gonna put the Fajardo's going on this side, and this one's gonna go against that wall down there. But we're making a whole new stand with the canopy and everything, and getting the lights to put in, because I'm setting it up as a showroom. As soon as you come in my house, it's gonna be like a showroom. You can watch TV with no problem, and you can see all the tanks.
Nice. That's gonna be dope. I'm excited for that. You better video that.
Yes. I just waiting for him to get back, and I got some of the plywood, but the way I'm gonna do the stand, I'm doing 4x4s for the legs, and some of it's gonna have 2x4s and 2x6s, and I'm gonna have the plywood to set on top, and that's gonna be 5/8. And I'll probably put 2 pieces on top of each other to make it stronger, even though I know it's going to be heavy. But
as long as it's braced and studded, and you got center braces, and you got ample support running. I'd say like is it a rack?
It's just going to be a stand, and all the
one long stand with 3 tanks on it.
I got a 150. This one right here is a 150. 6 foot long, but this one is
a little higher
than my other 6 foot long.
Yeah.
This other one is like 24 high, I believe.
Yeah,
it's the same height as this one, as this 5-footer.
Yeah,
it's the same height, but this one is a little taller. But the way we're gonna do it is try to make it perfect, that it all looks like it's one whole big tank.
That's gonna look dope.
But the Fortosa tank is going to be sticking out.
That's
And the other
okay.
one's going to be in.
That's gonna look good. That's gonna look real good. I'm excited for it. Berto, you better record that. You better film all that.
Yeah. I'm going to record it.
You better. That's gonna be dope.
Okay.
Listen, so something really cool that I've actually come to realization on, and I never really understood it before, is I'm loving Fish Keeper vlog content. I never liked it before, and even though that was kind of like hypocritical because that's kind of like what I do, but primarily anyway. And man, though, I'm loving it. So any YouTube fish keeping pages, if you guys post vlog style content, just a day in the life of like you in an aquarium. I don't care if it's you doing water change videos, moving fish around, trimming plants. If it doesn't have an actual subject, man, send that to me. I want to watch your page. I want to support your page. I really want to do that because I'm loving this vlog style content. If anyone's like, and I'm going to plug one of them, the Wet Fish Net. Not a big page on YouTube, but on Instagram, he goes by Some Fin Fun YYC on Instagram. Why does my hat look like it's like crooked? Like I've got it on like an angle like this. Anyways.
Don't worry about it. Look, I'll help you.
So Some Fin Fun YYC out in Calgary, Alberta, but he has got fish room like no tomorrow. Joey ended up doing a video while he was out in Alberta at his house. It's remarkable. And but he started an YouTube channel called The Wet Fish Net, and it's literally showing how he heats the garage or the fish house. And you think like we have a lot of tanks? Like I don't really have a lot of tanks at all anymore, but I got like eight as a whole. But anyways, he's got probably 150 tanks. It's a full-time job aside from his full-time job. Him and his wife are equally dedicated into it. Definitely check it out, the Wet Fish Net on YouTube. Watch it. Like if you just like sitting there just chilling, like going to bed at night and just like putting that phone like right beside the bed and just falling asleep watching some content, like that's the dope content to watch. So Marshall, man, you got me hooked, brother. I'm all over your stuff right now.
Just like when I started it, I ended up with 30 tanks. Yep. I started off with this tank here first.
Yep.
For my 5-footer, that was my first 150. I was happy with that.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just kept on going, getting the 20 gallons, getting those sales. And then when I looked at it, there's too many small tanks.
Yep.
And this fish could be with that fish. I'm not going to turn my house into a pet shop. Let me just go ahead and put them all together and see how they will live.
Yeah.
Then out of nowhere, they got this one. I got this one for 100. Then I got the other one, 125 for 100.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got the other 125 for free. So I said, all the small ones, I gave them all to my local breeder. And he goes, "Oh, I never had that fish. Go ahead, take them. You can breed them. How about this one? Oh, you can breed them. You can breed that. You can breed that.
Now you're getting all that. Now you're getting all those fish.
And now he even asked, now I got too many of this. And like he tried to give me some of the convicts that I gave him. He goes, "Hey, you got some convicts?" I'm like, "They're out of my house. They're in your hands."
I like them. They're good fish food.
Oh yeah. For the big boys.
I mean, I don't primarily feed live at all, but if you do have them, they're a good source of live. Because they're your own fish, you can quarantine them, you can do whatever you want with them, right? So.
Yes, Ratesh. People still count their tanks, and they keep track. But me, from having 30, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. I got 12 tanks from 30.
Yeah, I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. At one point, I had 17. It was way too many. Way too many. And then I went down to 8, and I'm happy with 8. 8, I'm okay with. Yeah. 8, I'm okay
happy with the
with.
way I got it now, but I know sooner or later my Florida guard
Mm-hmm.
that my local breeder and my fiance got for me.
Yep.
They both chipped in, so I know he's gonna get big. So
Yep.
and I already told him I could give it to Paul Farrell, or I could take it to Neighborhood Fish Farm and drop it off to them
Yep.
if they want to have it there.
Yep.
Or I just go ahead and build a bigger tank.
That's exactly it. And that's what I'm doing, building a bigger tank.
And watching your videos and watching Joey's videos, I'll combine them both together with both you guys' knowledge, and let's go ahead and build a humongous tank.
Man, it's that I got yeah, I'd like to build a 12-foot. I think I'm going to be building a 12-foot tank. 12-foot by 5-foot. 12 by 5 by 3.5 high. Yeah. Big tank.
Danielle was already asking, when are you starting that garden, your bigger tank?
Yeah, in the spring, I'd imagine. I'm actually going to get I mean, I have plans for some help on that tank. I got to get that person down here, so we'll see. I'm gonna figure out when he can come. He's a busy guy.
I don't know when I don't know when he's gonna put it out, but guys, if you haven't subscribed to Gordon, go ahead and do so. You can also find him on Instagram because you never know. He might be throwing little Easter eggs out there that you don't know when it's going to happen. So you got to be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Berto. Thank you. I'm just another degenerate that likes fish. That's all I am.
So some of the people that,
Not saying you guys are. You guys are great people. I'm talking about I'm one of the. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I'm just another guy that likes fish and likes to spread my passion and love of the hobby onto other people. That's all I like to do. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't care about anything else. I just want to talk fish and have a good time. You know what I mean?
Alice Carnelli, let me just tell you one thing. It's fun and dandy to have one of those above ground ponds, swimming pools, and turn it into a pond for fish and everything. But the only thing I don't like about those above ground is just the material. Whatever material it is, they can tell you is this strong or this and that. When you have a gar or a ripsaw catfish, you can say goodbye because it will rip it.
Yeah, gar, primary culprit. Anything spiny. Stingrays are a risk. However, they're probably not likely going to do anything. If you're going to do something with a pool pond, I believe that they can be perfect as long as you maintain them. And then you take the proper precautions by having them. So having another pool pond ready to go. That's first step, and having patch kits on standby, And then also another really cool thing that you can do with them is you can run an interior line. You can run a pond liner, like an actual pond liner, on the inside of the pool pond, and turn it and have that extra layer of protection as well.
We have to get you monetized, Berto, because big tanks cost big money. I know.
Yeah. Yep, they do. Thank
If I
God
haven't got,
for the little bit of the YouTube money I make.
if I don't get monetized quick enough, that's okay. I'll do it out of my pocket.
Yeah, so like that's one thing I want to ask you
rushing it.
guys. I want to ask you guys that. So for somebody that's never once been live on YouTube on my own channel, so all my subscribers unfortunately never see that I go live on other people's channels. I don't know how to fix that. But anyways, do you like, because like, for example, I see a lot of YouTubers, fish tubers that are well, I don't know if I think they're monetized. I assume they are, but they don't put out videos. They just do lives. Can you get monetized off of live videos? Does that count towards your watch time? Berto,
It counts.
Garcia. I'm sorry.
It can count to as watch hours just for the replays.
Yep.
But there's some people that don't want to watch a live, but some people will watch because they wanted to see what was
talked about.
Wondering, okay, that's the topic. That's what I was looking for. But then when they click in, it's nothing all about it. But you get in there, click, and
yeah. So that's what I want to know. Does it count towards your overall watch time?
It's been helping me out a little bit, but I'd rather put more videos out. But it's just been harder with me right now. And since I'm carless right now and I'm using my lady's car, I take her to work or she takes me to work.
Yeah.
And most of the time I have to walk home from work. But it is what it is.
Yeah. That's how you do it. That's how you get by.
I just gotta keep on doing what I can. But I know I really want to build a big tank. And that's why I'm gonna put all the monster fishes in there. Because I want to enjoy it, but I want to have it inside the house instead of having it outside.
Yeah. You're in Florida. You're blessed to be able to have them outside.
The only reason why I'm worried about having it outside is just the birds that's around. And I know people are going to be like, oh, aren't you worried about if it starts leaking or anything like that? This house, it has enough space in the backyard. But there'll be some trees that I heard so far that they might be taking it down. So that means I could extend the house a little more out and I could build and I could have the tank in there and I could just be relaxing.
Yeah. See, my thing is if you allowed me to have, if I lived in Florida, for example, and I was able to have fish outside, buddy, I'd be divorced. I would turn every piece of land into some sort of something regarding fish. It's a problem. And so I'm blessed that I am actually here where it does get cold here in the winter. Like, you can see my breath. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's cold. But at the end of the day, yeah, you guys are blessed to be out there and have that. Like, I've seen people with even guppy ponds out there all year round and stuff like that. I can keep sturgeons outside. Yeah. Yeah, so there are some species of fish that I can keep here. Being where I am in Ontario, I'm in south central Ontario, so it gets a lot warmer than northern Ontario, or like stuff that you'd see maybe on like the movies and stuff where they talk about Canada being cold and having multiple feet of snow. That happens in certain provinces, but not here. We might be lucky to get one snowfall a year where we get a couple feet. Other than that, it's pretty mild, 6 inches, 8 inches or less at any given time for a snowfall. Sometimes an inch. And the temperature, we have maybe a 2-week spell where it gets about, I don't know Fahrenheit, so it gets about -20, -30 degrees Celsius. So that's pretty damn cold. However, if your water's deep enough, your temperatures probably will hover around the 30s. And you can even put Chinese perch in that, and they'll survive. So there's a lot of cool fish that people haven't done yet in a pond in 4-season climate. And I have some ideas and some plans. I just kind of said one of the fish right there, but I definitely want to do something in regards to having some big fish in a big pond. But the pond I'm going to have is only an 8x10 pond, so it's not going to be that big.
Somebody saying, Ratesh saying, get them, start farming caviar.
Yeah. You need a pretty big pond to have to be able to do something like that there, Ratesh. That would be dope. Nonetheless, that would be really cool. Yeah, dreams, right? Like I love sturgeon. I love how primitive they are. The scoots on their back. I mean, like I've seen sturgeon in BC and all over. Obviously, they're all over here in Canada, but I've seen sturgeon all over. You need 3,000 watch
hours now to get monetized. It used to be 4,000.
Yeah, so I was a person of that. So when I initially got monetized, so there's 2 steps. Who said that? Sorry.
Oh, that was Alice Carnelli.
Alice Carnelli. There's 2 steps to that though. So you can hit 3,000 hours, but that only gives you certain things. So it gives you like super chats. You're able to have like a fan page, like not like I guess a subscribers only side of things. You can have a few different things, but you don't get paid off of ads, off of videos or anything like that, or AdSense. You have to hit 4,000 to get to that point. So there's 2 steps now. So YouTube's made it easier to make money on YouTube, which is nice. But at the same time, you have to hit 4,000 hours. So that's what I had to do. Because once I hit, and it was like, oh, you're monetized. And I was like, what? I hit 4,000? Oh, that's kind of cool. I knew I was right on the brink. And then YouTube had changed the rules. And then obviously, naturally, after that, I ended up hitting the actual 4,000 hours and started to actually get watch time. Ad payments. So ad revenue. So which was kind of cool then too. But there's 2 steps to it, which is really nice that YouTube did that, because for a lot of people, including myself for the longest time, I was like, I never went live. So it was long form video content and busting my ass for almost 2 years before a year and a half before I got monetized, almost 2 years.
There was a friend of mine that told me that I shouldn't have gone live. That I should have waited until I had at least like 1,000 subscribers and close enough to my watch hours. But a lot of people were telling me, just go ahead and do it. Don't worry about it.
Do what you want to do when you want to do it.
And I was starting to, at first I was all nervous about it, but never did in my life. But I've been in other people's lives, and I said, you know what? It's time for Garcia Aquatics to have his own live stream. So I decided to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it.
I'm doing the best I can.
You're doing great at it.
Even though, like with the YouTube, the way to get monetized, the way they're doing it now, that you get part of it, not the whole full ride. I'm just gonna keep doing the best I can.
Yeah.
And if I hit it, I hit it. And if I didn't,
I think the people that
let's say if I get to my 4,000 watch hours.
I think the people that that are truly only focused on I'll tell you firsthand, the people that are truly only focused on there's this myth out there that if you go on YouTube, you can make it and you can make and become a millionaire. There's this myth. Like, I don't know where it came from, but it's a myth. However, you can make money on like and do very handsomely on it for sure, 100%. You can, but if you think that stuff's gonna happen overnight, in a day, in a month, a year, 2 years, it could. Like, I mean, you could just blow up, but like, I mean, you could hit the algorithm and YouTube pushes your content. Next thing you know, you're up. But man, I'm telling you, I know a guy, a friend of mine. He when he hit 100,000 subscribers, he's got like 160 now on YouTube. He's a fish keeper, and big page now. And he did it very quick, very quick. Like he went from 0 to 160,000 in about a year and a half. Yeah, he blew up quick, and he got the plaque. He got it all, and I'm telling you, you know, it's not you know, you know, it's not what you think it is. You know, it's really not what you think it is right off the hop. Like if you're, you know, once you're getting into like, you know, crazy stuff, yeah, you can make a fortune. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you focus on doing what you love and you don't worry about all the other stuff, I think the content is better. I think that you're just naturally more in tune with the hobby. And I think that you're just going to be a better fish keeper because of it. Oh, it does add up. For sure, it does add up. It does add up. No, don't get me wrong. It does add up. Hey, there's nothing wrong with an extra extra few bucks or whether it's $10 million a month or 10 cents a month. It helps, no doubt about it. This hobby is very expensive. That's why I try to support people with super chats. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. That's why I try to support like fish keepers with super chats when I can and when I'm financially able to just try to help out them and their channel. And because I know it's expensive. It's super expensive doing this hobby. Like Berto, you can attest to it. Like, I don't know if are you on city water?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this tank right here, I have to do, I don't know why it looks so funny in this light. Maybe the light's too bright. Anyways, but this tank right there, I'd have to do an 80 to 90% water change every single week. Every single tank really gets about an 80% change every single week. And my water bill is about $600 every 3 months. You know, that's just my water bill.
It gets there, but I just do my regular top off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But talking about the monetization, but there's some people that when they get monetized, they completely change.
Yeah.
Just because they got monetized, they just completely changed.
Yeah, and I think their content changes.
And the content it doesn't stick to the same way it was.
Mm-hmm. Their content changes. Them as a creator change, and sometimes it can be for the good, and sometimes it can be for the bad. You know, longevity tells you everything about people in anything you do, whether it's a job. You know, you see that guy that's at your work and he's been there for 30 years. Or, you know, that guy that's been at that job for 30 years has went through a lot of people. He's seen people come. He's seen people go. He's went through guaranteed hardships of the business. He's seen the wave, the ups and the downs and everything, and he still stayed there. And he's able to stay there. He survived through it all. Probably because he was a great employee, he was a great worker, and he stayed on track. In regards to this hobby, too, if you're staying true to your passion and you're passionate about it, those are the people that last. Your channel will last. Your friends will last. You know, your viewers, your fan. I guess you like. I hate saying fan base, but your friends. I like to call them friends. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I get it, but like your friends, they last. You know what I mean? Everyone just sticks around, and I like that. You know what I mean? I like to see that. I think time tells everything. Like, how many people have you seen come and go? Like, I'm on the Instagram side of things, so I'm pretty in tune with communicating with people as we all are, and I've seen so many people, great people, awesome people, come and go. You
It
know,
happened a lot.
slowly.
I seen that too.
Yeah, some people, great friends. Some of them I still talk to this day, but they're not in the hobby anymore. Thank God for having them come into my life from the hobby, because they're great people, and I still talk to them almost every single day. But a lot of them have just come and gone with the wind. They're just gone. They got into it maybe during COVID, and they kind of just flew out of it and got bored of it one day, lost the passion, and it's gone. You know what I mean? And I think you'll find that with YouTubers as well.
Yeah, that's how it's always been. But we'll see. Everything will change sooner or later.
Yeah. I like to just say this, like, and that's what I've always told myself. And like, I tell people all the time that talk to me and they just kind of want to come in. Maybe they want to start a YouTube channel. They're primarily on Instagram, or maybe they just they have a private page on Instagram and they follow me and they're just saying, hey, like, I have some dope fish. That's awesome. And they'll tell me about it. And I always encourage them, start your own page or start a channel or whatever the case may be. And they want to so bad, but they just kind of don't know how to start. And I also have friends or people that I talk to that have great dreams and ambitions of coming over to YouTube, but they want everything to be perfect before they do it. Meaning they want to have the biggest tanks. They want to have the craziest, rarest fish. They want to have the best setups, the best equipment, the best lighting. And then they want to go, and they want, some of them want to create like buildings, like actual buildings, and do all this stuff. That's great to have all that ambition and that drive, but man, what I like to do, and I'm sure what a lot of people would like to see, is the process. Show me the process. Show me you starting off with that 10-gallon tank with rainbow gravel and glowfish. Let me see it. I want to see that. I want to see the
process
struggle.
is better to see instead of just having it done.
Boom. You just come in there.
But what they don't realize, sometimes they just go ahead and build it and decide just to get into the YouTube, but then out of nowhere, why I'm not getting subscribers?
Yeah, right? Because it doesn't matter, and that was my point. It doesn't matter the setups you have, your knowledge, whatever the case may be, you're going to start somewhere and nobody's going to know who you are. And that's okay. That is okay. That's the benefit. That's the fun of it. That's what, like, my public speaking as a whole has gotten so much better since coming showing my face publicly on a public level on Instagram and YouTube. It's gotten significantly better because I could sit there, look at a camera, talk to it, or I could go to an event and talk to random people that I've never met in my entire life as if I've known them for 20 years. And I think YouTube gave me that confidence. And I think it gives a lot of us that confidence to just step out of our shell. Berto, when the hell, before you got in the hobby, would you ever fly across the country to meet random people that you talk to online?
To be honest with you, even before I decided to get on this, I wasn't even thinking about YouTube. I didn't know nothing about YouTube. I was just watching videos, and I was saying, "Oh, that's cool, that's cool." But then meeting one of them face to face, and then he takes me to meet somebody else, and then he tells me, "Go ahead and do a video." I'm like, "No, I don't want to do this. I'll show you. Don't worry." Boom. Now I'm so stuck on it.
Yeah.
So I want to get off and disappear, But I met a lot of great people,
Yeah.
gave me good advice. They helped me out.
Yeah.
I helped them.
Yeah.
Why leave? And I'm enjoying this life because look, you're over in Canada. I'm over here in Florida. I got
Mhm.
other people in UK, in other places. And we stay in touch. That's
Mhm.
what I like.
Mhm.
It keeps me
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. I think it's cool, man. You know, the relationships that you build with people, it's really cool, and we're fortunate to have that in this hobby. Not a lot of niches and hobbies have that, like where you have that blessing. Um, and Man, it's done a lot for me on a personal level, more than I could never repay that. What it's done for me on a personal level in terms of um, how I speak to friends, family, my job performance, everything. Like everything's just gotten better. You know what I mean? And I think that that comes from meeting people like you and and people in the chat and people online in general and just talking to a camera all by myself in my garage. Like it's
It just feels weird a little bit sometimes.
yeah, yeah.
And there's when I just talking to the camera by myself, nobody here.
No,
And then when
but
you
you're
get the cards, I
nervous.
don't know where you're like, oh wow.
But like, and that's the funny thing about it when you look back at it. It's like I have the control to show the public the content that I create or not show them. And I'll take a video. And I remember when I first started, I was so nervous, but there was no one that could see it. But I was still nervous. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, man, like no one has to see this. Yeah, it was different with you. This was us, me, be right down the road. Yeah, no, for sure. That's also dope. It's so cool, man, because and hilarious at the same time because like again, no one needs to see it. I don't need to show anybody this, but at the same time, I'm so nervous to talk to myself. That was like the most absurd thing in the world to me now that I look back at it. But it was like, okay, that was the process. That is what people need to go through in order to get to that next step. And I thought that was cool to look back at and say, hey man, like, you know, you were nervous to talk to yourself and now you're not. And now you're able to be confident enough to want to talk to strangers and random people. Man, I'm telling you right now, 2 years ago, if you walked up to me on the street and you said hello to me, I probably wouldn't say hello back to you.
Over here
Just
in
the way I
Florida,
was
that's
brought up, and it was I would hold the door open for you. I'd say, "There you go, sir. Have a great day." Boom, boom, boom. But if he was just like, "Hey, how you doing, man? My name's Berto. You just how's the day? How's your day today?" I'd be like, "Good," and I just walk away, right? And I'm not saying that was a bad thing. It was just it was the kind of thing at that point in time. It was like, you know, I
you
don't know
should
this
keep
person.
yourself. You didn't want to. You
Yeah,
didn't
I
want.
was so
You didn't want.
reserved. I was so reserved, like from people. I was so detached from
It's just like when I
just
used to live in New York. I used to be like
yeah,
you don't know me. You don't know me. But when I
yeah,
moved to Florida, I'm like just walking the street and I don't know where people are like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I was not used to that. But then I got so used to it, and then getting into the YouTube. But sometimes I still
Where are you from in New York?
in Manhattan, 15
Manhattan.
minutes away from George Washington Bridge. Lived over there for 28 years. Now I've been down
Yeah,
here for almost
you
20
got a New
something.
Yorker accent.
It comes out once in a while. But when you guys accent, and especially when I hear Joey, when he says ka, ba, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, so his is more maritime. So the Maritimes they have a stronger they have the Canadian accent of what people think. I mean we all have it, but it's pretty strong out in the Maritimes, especially like Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, PEI going down that way, other ends of New Brunswick, they have it. Whereas Ontario, like, I mean, I'm in the most Toronto is the most multicultural city in the entire world. So you got people from that live here from the United States, Europe, the Middle East, Asia, everywhere, right? So you're kind of just, I don't know, you're just kind of, you don't have that thick Canadian accent down here.
Yeah. I just want to say this real quick. I see people showing up because they came from Kenny E's live, and Kenny E, I apologize that I went over on my time, but it's just a topic of the night that we're talking about the YouTube and how the people are setting up their tanks, doing water changes and stuff like that. It just sometimes when the topic is too good and when he changes from one topic to another,
Yeah.
it's good. It keeps on going. I want to say thank you for sending me the people over to me, and I apologize for going over my time. But it's still going, and it just gets better and better. And sometimes it's hard to get some people to come up on your live, but when you try to get them the next time, they're too busy. And as soon as you grab them, enjoy it. Don't let it go.
Yeah, it's so like, do you like that was another question of mine. Like, do you guys like have like times or something, or
There's people that they've been doing it for a while, and they have the in this fishfam.link, they have a calendar, and people have their set time and everything, and everybody does 1 hour or 2 hours. But me just coming on now after everybody had their schedules all set, but now that it but the thing is that everybody's stepping on everybody. Everybody goes live. Because if you got something on your mind and you wanted to get it out,
so you can't like I'm on
you
like
just go up.
I think I'm on their page. Like they have me on their page. But like why can't I go live when I want to go live?
What was that?
Like I mean I'm on their page too or whatever. I think 'cause someone told me that you're on the page, but like why can't I go like so? For example, like you're going live on Friday at 8:00, and
Right.
I want to go live at Friday at 8:00. The last thing I'm doing, Berto, is checking a calendar to see who else is live and going live and not so make sure I don't go live at the same time. I'm hate to say it, man. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are.
Yeah,
I'm going
but
live when I want to go live.
exactly. That's how most of everybody been doing lately. But I'm just a different breed. I always apologize.
Oh no, for sure.
I like to apologize, but some of them they take it to the heart and they don't like that. But I'd rather be straight and forward because I know
Yeah.
if you have to get something out of your system and you don't even bother looking at the calendar, you just go up and do your live. And you wanted to get it out of your system.
Yeah.
And just say what you gotta say.
Yeah.
But some people, because they've been doing it for so long on that particular hour, and you went on their time, or your life went a little longer, sometimes they get a little
Upset. Yeah. No,
upset.
sure.
But it's that you never know how long your live's gonna get. Because
does everybody here's the thing. Here's my
it's
next
just the
question.
topics that you talk about, it gets better and better. And if you have to go on live, just go. And I apologize for that.
Yeah, I think here's the thing with that. Here's my question. Then I kind
somebody wants to come up. Somebody wants to come up and asking for the link.
I'll respond to that a bit too. So if I don't know, like, do you have like, for example, you and I both have subscribers, right, on our channels?
Yeah.
Subscribers that I have on my channel, are they the exact same people that are sub to your channel?
Some of them could be. Some of them that they're subscribed to you, they might be with me.
They could
And there
be.
may be some
But,
of them,
but what's the likelihood that they all are?
and that's the thing. And that's another thing. There's some of them don't get that in their head. They worry
Yeah,
about
like I guess what I'm
like,
trying to say is just because you're
this
going
is I know what
live,
you're trying to say. Oh, why are you gonna go over or why you're gonna go on the same time I'm going on and why are you taking my viewers? YouTube is for everybody.
that's right.
Everybody has their own channel. Everybody wants to promote their channel and just
Of
go.
course. Absolutely.
There might be other people that never heard of you and they might like your content.
That's right.
And you might ask, okay, I picked somebody up. But then you promote by mistake. Oh, I'm sorry to say this, Garcia, but I'm gonna be going live in a minute. Or you just went up. Now everybody that was on my live went to yours. They'll be like, why he did that? They already know that sooner or later you're gonna go off. Somebody else is coming on. Everybody got always worried about other subscribers. That's the problem. They worry
Yeah.
about the viewers.
That's not really my cup of tea. I'd encourage those people to, as much as that might be a rule or whatever, just, do what you want when you want to do it. For me, for example, no one tells me what to do, not even my wife. So, actually, no, I will say she does. But other than her, no one else. Other than her, no one else. Who's coming on?
All right. He's coming on right now. All the way from Mexicali. All the
Mexicali
way
Fish
home. What up, Pato? What's good?
What's going on, man? What's
Wait,
going on?
wait.
How are you doing,
I
Val?
got. Let me turn off the YouTube because I had it on in the background.
Hey,
How you guys doing?
oh, look at this guy now.
Good.
He got his own microphone. Welcome to the George.
No, I was listening to the conversation, and this is something that I dealt with when I was first starting out and trying to figure out a good time to go. And I know you have questions regarding that, Gordon, because I know you're
Yeah,
starting
I'm
to
not
make
in
that
tune with all that.
Yeah, you're starting to make the transition over to YouTube because I know you were doing a lot in Instagram. Here's the thing. There is that website, there is the calendar, and in there it just kind of dictates. It's meant to be to make you aware at who and
I'm
at
still
what
here.
time people are streaming at.
Yeah.
And when there wasn't a lot of people doing live streams and stuff like that, it was easy to try to find an opening where you could go so that you didn't interrupt anybody. And then it also helped
That's okay.
because it would kind of link the streams where they would send over people because somebody else was going to be streamed. So that's the whole reason that was created.
Gotcha.
But I've talked to several people when I was about to start doing a lot of my live streams, and I was telling them, I go, the only available slots that were at the time were like at these off hours where I'm at work and I couldn't do it. So several of them told me, you know what? It's nobody's YouTube. YouTube is free, it's public, it's access to everybody. Nobody should be getting offended if you go at a certain time, because at the end of the day, if people want to watch what you're doing, they'll come and watch. Now, I can guarantee you a lot of people will open several tabs on their computer and watch a lot of live streams at the same time. I do that consistently at work. I'll be watching, Rico Stan, and I'll be watching somebody else that's going on. So it's an understanding that it would
I
be
didn't even know you could do
impossible.
that.
Yeah, it would be impossible to try to stick to that calendar because you wouldn't find an opening unless it's like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people going live. So I don't get that whole thing about people getting upset because you're going live at that time. If that was the case, then I've offended everybody because I have a rotating schedule. and I don't always work the same hours. So whenever I have guests on, I always try to accommodate so that both of our schedules line up. And that's when I go live, because that's when I have the availability to go live.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Like when I talk about like my schedule too, like, you know, like I know you and I have talked about it too, like trying to find times and it's like whatever, man, like when I just have that time, I just do it. Like when I saw Berto was on live, and I'm like, you know what, I got an extra 2 hours here. I just finished filming. I'm like, I'm in a mood. You know what I mean? I want to be involved with the community tonight. I want to go on. And Berto, I saw Garcia Aquatics went live. I clicked on and I go live. If I had to anybody had like, and you know, I've been on. Yeah, I pump out a lot of content on Instagram, but I've been on YouTube for a long time, like 2 years now almost. I've never been in tune. So you know who got me involved in, who I think he very well may have got my page put on the Fish Fam, which shout out to the Fish Fam, by the way, was Thunder Aquatics, Daniel.
Yes.
He was the one who talked to me and said, hey, you know, there's this thing, you know, kind of gave me the rundown of it. And it was like, yeah, no, you're already on there. And I was, or no, he's like, you're on there. I'm like, oh shit. Cool. Right. Dope. And I said, what is it? And then he told me it's all of the fish keeping YouTubers, all of their channels on one page, direct access to links to their socials. Wow. And my first question was, who runs this? Right? Like, 'cause that's a lot of work.
Well, no, and there is somebody that runs it. His name's Matt. And Matt
that's
deserves
a lot of
credit.
work.
He deserves
Shout
a
out
lot
to
of credit
Matt.
for what he's doing, because he's not charging anybody for this. As a matter of fact, the way you want to support him is you sign up to his Patreon and you can support him that way. And it's not just Matt. There's a core group of people. I know the Stephen P and Jenna P are really heavily involved with that. And I know there's a couple of other people that are kind of behind the scenes that are running all this, and they're the ones that are you know, finding new content creators and adding them to this database, which is great because it allows you to connect with a lot of people. Half the times you're trying to figure out a way to collab with somebody and you're looking for their email or something, and that's the place where you can find all that information. So it really does serve a greater purpose to have Fish Fam Link. But as far as trying to use the calendar to do your live streams, that's going to be very difficult, because I've looked on their days when I'm thinking about, because sometimes I know about a week in advance that I'm going to be doing a live with a guest, and I'll try to go there and go, oh man, you know, there is no slots. Everything is full. So then I just, you know, we just go with the time that works best for the guest and myself, and we go live. Now, I know Whip made a very good comment that
I can't see the chat.
Yeah.
So.
One of the comments was, and he says, you can go whatever you want. That's not a problem. The only thing is, sometimes if you happen to coincide with some of the bigger channels, you might have you might not have that audience. But here's the thing with that. Like I was telling you earlier, I've been known to be watching those big channel streams and be watching somebody else's stream at the same time, because I can open up tabs on a laptop or on a computer and be watching simultaneously both of those streams. So that's not a problem. Once I figured out I could do that, I've never looked back, you know. And I don't mean to disrespect anybody, but again, I'm also trying to be part of this, and I'm working with the schedule that I'm given, and you know, and whatever my guest availability is. So I wouldn't hesitate. Nobody should get upset. Now,
I did see that comment. I did see that part where he's like, "Oh, you know, like you're obviously your pool of people is drastically reduced when the extremely, when some of the larger channels are going live for sure." No, 100%, 110%. But that's kind of like Instagram. You got like, you know, you could be going live on Instagram for just for the sake of going live, and you know, I could be going live and. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. So Joey could be going live at the same time. It doesn't make a difference. My people, I'll lose some people for sure, but like the majority of my people will stay watching me. And to be honest, like, I just don't care.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too, though. I know
I didn't know you could focus on more than one live at a time too, Danielle. So
I do, but then there's the other thing though, that you can always go back and watch the replay too. So that's why I don't understand why people are getting upset about that, because there's just so
Yeah.
many ways to be able to do this that, you know, it would be impossible. And I understand that a lot of these people want to say they have seniority because they've been here, but
seniority.
if your content is good, people are going to watch it. That's you know, point blank. That's what it's going to boil down to.
Oh man, I need
You
to
know,
bite my tongue.
Yeah, I know, but
I gotta
you know,
bite my tongue because I'll rip that seniority right off their face. Yeah.
So, you know, some people feel that way. I'm not saying that that's the case.
There's
You know,
someone that feel like that. There's someone that feel like that. They got a seniority.
No, they don't want to meet me.
But
well, yeah, Steve is correct. I mean, Steven's correct. There isn't a seniority, but I guess, you know, at the end of the day, here's the thing.
There's people that have been on there for a long time, and you want
Yeah.
to respect them, and I completely get that. That I completely get.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to do something like you said, and it's a spur of the moment that's inspiring you to do it, and you feel it's going to be a good content, just do it. Just do
Yeah.
it. Don't
Especially
think
when you're
about
trying
it.
to have a guest and you're trying to, like, you know, your time against your job or your work and your family, and then that now that other person.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn, like I have 2 kids.
Mhm.
And I work full time, like all of us I'm sure do. I got my tanks, my dog. I got 1,000 other situations going on in my life, and at the same time, it's like, man, like I can't even meet up with another person at the same time, let alone focus on when somebody else is going live to try not to step on toes. Like, hey, I'm not trying to step on your toes with all due respect, but however, at the end of the day, man, like, you know, we're doing this. We gotta figure it out.
Well, and like I said, at the end of the day, I'm of the opinion that the more there is of us, the better off we're all going to be.
Yeah.
But I come from a different kind of mentality, an old, not old, but look.
No,
this
I'm
is
in
no
that
big.
mentality too.
This is no big secret. People that have been following me will probably find the correlation. But I love what Joe Rogan has done for the comedy community.
Yeah.
Where he's always uplifted, showcase people.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm trying to do? What do you think I'm trying to do? I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm of that opinion too, that the more that we get able to showcase a lot more, you know, especially the smaller channels that are up and coming, the better off we're going to be at the end of the day, because then we have that much more of an option to go out there and watch and learn from other people with experience. So
yeah,
you know,
100%.
That's just my take on it.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with you. The plus account is only for planning consistency, so folks can plan their weeks. It's by no means a sign up or instruction to anyone else. Yeah, no, 100%. You know, I think, man, like, dude, like I can't even figure out the dates and the times to tie my own shoes, let alone. That's a tough one, but I love what you said about the Joe Rogan side of things when you were talking about how that's kind of like you're not reinventing the wheel.
Well, why?
What you're trying to do,
especially as the success you see that it's having, and I'm really focused specifically on the comedy community, that, you know, how much he's been able to uplift a lot of other comedians that are up and coming and showcasing what they're doing. Yeah. And I'm always of the opinion that the more that we help each other, the better we're going to be out in the long run anyways, because we all benefit from that. That's one of the same reasons why I kept telling Berto, do live streams. You need to do live streams. You're on everybody else's live streams, but you're not doing your own. And I'm glad he's doing it.
When you tell me to go ahead and do it, I just say, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do it. This is true, because I'm always on everybody else's live.
Well, you were popping up like 2 or 3 times a week on other people's live streams when you know you could have been doing it on your own the whole time. I know you had a little bit of hesitation, and I didn't know you had been told that before, and that's unfortunate that you were told that, because that kind of slowed your progression. But you know, you're doing it now, which matters.
But the thing was, I was just giving the respect and everything, but then I was like this, But if I have to get my content out and say what I gotta say, I'm just gonna have to just go up and go live. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear this, but I'm gonna have to say it again, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm sorry if I'm stepping on your toes for going on one live on your time. I apologize.
But you
But
see,
sometimes when I'm trying to get stuff out and say what I gotta say, and I just can't help it if I get, I'm always dropping the link. Whoever wants to come up and hang out with me, and whoever comes up and if the content is good, and we getting the knowledge shared out for everybody to understand, because some other people might be looking for that kind of content or that topic that we're talking about. If they want to join in, they could go ahead and join in. If they don't want to come up, but they want to stay in the chat, that's fine. But some other people take it the wrong way. But I
Well,
apologize again.
and the
It-
thing is, we're all also on different time zones,
There's
so
so
it would
many
make it,
people.
you know, it's
So
just it
many
would.
people. Too
You
many
gotta-
people in the YouTube world, and a lot of people that never been on a live, and now they're coming to do their live, and they've been in other people's live as a guest and stuff like that. And when they decided to do it on their own, they're just trying to shut them down. Don't shut them down. Support them because they support you. Support them. It's a give and
Well-
take. It's all about respect and help out each other instead of just chopping people's heads off and criticize. That's why I'm a different breed. I just don't like that.
Well, I'm so sorry you had to experience that, Berto.
Yeah.
I haven't, but again, I like I was telling you earlier, for some reason, people don't really mess with me. I don't know what it is, but I'm very fortunate that I don't deal with a lot of the stuff that I hear you guys having to deal with. You know, it's very unfortunate, but you know, I don't understand why. That's the whole thing. Why is that going on? It shouldn't be. At the end of the day, we're all supposed to be supporting each other anyway. So
Mhm.
I don't know.
Mhm.
We're fish hobbyists. We have knowledge. Everybody has a different knowledge. How they take care of their tanks, what kind of fish they keep, what kind of plants do they keep. It should be all about sharing the knowledge.
Yep.
Because if it's working for me, but it's not working for you, but it's working for me. But
Yeah.
you're gonna go ahead and try to see if it works for you. But if it doesn't work for you, what's the knowledge that you got that is working for you that it might work for me?
Yeah. Well, we all have different experiences. So, you know,
And that's
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
most I've been looking for, just to see what's their knowledge, how they've been working to see if it works for me. I try. And if it worked, okay, I'll share that knowledge because it worked for me. And I'll promote that person because I got that knowledge from that person that helped me. But other people are gonna be this. Now you're not promoting yourself. Now you're promoting somebody else. I'm promoting that person because it helped me, and I want to share that knowledge with you to see if it can work for you. But if you don't want to take that knowledge, it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't cost anything. You can go ahead and click out and go to somebody else's live stream and watch somebody else's live stream.
Mhm.
We always got to be helping out each other. Stop chopping people's head off. I keep saying it like a broken record, but it's the way I am, and I just say it like it is. Some people might like it, some people might not like it, but I'm sorry. This is what you get.
yeah.
Pedro Garcia Aquatics.
Well, due to Whip's comment that says that now the other side might be that YouTube, that you know he doesn't get into the analytics because he says he's not a big channel, but that he's heard that YouTube loves consistency. Yeah, you know, it all
They
depends.
do.
Here-
They
Here's
do.
here's the thing. It all depends what you're ultimately trying to accomplish. If your idea is to become, for example, the next DIY, you know, big, grow, and all that stuff, yes, it's consistency, putting out quality videos, doing all that stuff, and don't forget years of working at it.
That didn't
Then you
happen
might get
overnight.
there.
That did
No,
not
nobody's success. Well, yeah, but nobody's success happens overnight without a big production behind them.
That's correct. Yeah,
that's the
right.
caveat.
That's correct.
It can happen, but there's a lot of money involved in that. But as an individual channel like Berto, like Gordon, and like myself, the only way you're going to get there is through consistent work and quality content, if that's what you're trying to accomplish. Now, if you're just looking to have a good time, if you're just looking to share your experiences, if you're just looking to interact with the community, and you're not really concerned about analytics and all that stuff, and you just really do this genuinely out of the love for the hobby, then why does it matter? You're not going to care about
the
analytics.
I'm all over them.
Yeah, you see, and where I don't even bother looking at them, and everybody
I go
gets
through
on
them
me.
like a fine-tooth comb.
But then again, I feel if that becomes a thing for me, I might change the way I'm doing things.
Oh,
and I don't,
yeah, see, I can understand that.
you
Yeah,
see, because then you get caught up in trying to do all that. So,
yeah.
but then again, that's not my goal. I'm very clear about that. I'm not trying to get to become the next big YouTuber with 100,000 subscribers. That's not me. I'm not looking to do that. I'm looking to do what I'm doing right now. Be able to share a screen with Berto and you and have this conversation. That's the stuff that I really love and what I look forward to. And now we can talk fish while we do that. That's all that matters to me is being able to, like June said, make those acquaintances, those friendships. That's all that this is for me. Is just to be able to do that. Now, in the process, I might share the little bit of knowledge that I do have because it might help somebody.
Yeah,
that's it. That at the end of the day, that is it. But I am very clear with what I'm trying to accomplish and what I'm doing. So to me, it's very different than for somebody else that's really trying to become, a full-time YouTuber per se. So,
no. I think, see, when I go through analytics, I go through them for the fact of like saying, okay, hey, what did people like?
Mm-hmm.
What did they not like? What was my top moment? You know what I mean? Like, what was that? And it's not for the sake of mimicking that content because no video is the same. Otherwise, they'd be the same. It's for the sake of wondering, just for my guilty pleasure of knowing what hit with them.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it more worthwhile for me to say that, hey, people rewatch this part 3 or 4 times. Maybe when I'm showing on how I do this or do that or whatever the case may be, it's like, okay, I know that scene or that specific part of that video helps somebody. They don't have to comment. Not everybody comments and likes the video when it helps them, right?
Yeah.
Or when they truly like it. A lot of them forget. And the majority of them forget. And they're like, oh, like they don't know what matters. So man, comments are everything for me. So like, I want to see like, hey, like, interaction. It's like, okay, like, hey, you obviously watched it, you know what I mean? So it's like, hey man, you got something from it. Thank you, for watching it, and that's what I like to see with it. It's just to see the engagement with the video saying like, hey, like, was I talking to myself? Right? That's what I like with it. It's just seeing the people's feedback from it. I'm all about feedback, so I love it.
Yeah. I just recently saw something. It might be an old clip that's floating around, but it was something about Mr. Beast, and he was talking about success on YouTube. And one of the things that I really found really interesting was he says that, for the first, what was it, like 100 videos, don't even worry about it because nobody's going to watch them. He goes, but the thing that he was getting at is what you use those first 100 videos. If this is really what you want to do, is you try to improve one thing every single time, whether it's, an introduction, whether it's audio, whether it's editing, but every single time you try to improve one thing, he says, because there's always going to be stuff to improve, which I thought was pretty interesting. If for somebody that's really trying to grow a channel, that seemed to me like very solid advice.
No, for sure.
But you know,
Quick
but
one.
it was so interesting also to say to hear, you know, from somebody as big as he is to tell people, don't worry about it, because he says that a lot of people are trying to get everything right on the first one. He
That's
goes,
right.
why? You know, just start.
Yeah.
Nobody,
Start.
the first 100 videos that anybody puts out, they're all going to be trash because you're learning. It's that whole learning process. So
Just like
I
my
guess it,
my very first video, I was so quiet, and then when as time went by, now I'm too excited, and everybody is, that's not Berto, that's not Garcia.
My first video, you
Uh,
know, want to hear something
and
hilarious?
Gordon, this is the person that does that handles the
yes,
the fish fam link.
Oh, hello,
Zoo.
Liquid Zoo. How are you?
yeah, that's Matt.
But yeah, no, it when you look at my first video, it's so funny, man, and it's so ironic. But my first video, it's about my turtle. I didn't know what I wanted to talk about. I knew I needed to talk about something that I was passionate about. For those of the people that don't know me, I have a turtle. I got it when I was 2 years old. My father got him for me. Um, Not in like this is 19. I'm born in '88, so this is 1990, and he went out and got this turtle for me. Ninja Turtles was big at the time. I was heavily into them, and the pet store owner told him, "Oh, they'll only live about 10 years." So my dad's like, "Oh, it's a sure thing. He'll love it." I have this turtle. This turtle has came with me every step of the way through my life up until this point, to where my kids are now playing with this same turtle that I played with when I was younger than them. It's nuts to think about that I have him or her still. Um, and But that video, I made that video, and it was such a terrible video. It was so bad, but at the same time, it's my highest performing video to this day, and it's nuts. I think it's at like 50, maybe 60,000 views now, and it's like, come on, right? Like this video sucks. But at the same and man, the testimonies from people in the comments, I've had my turtle and I named it, like, you know, because I couldn't find anything on YouTube about older turtles, and that's why I decided to make the video, because I was like, no one's posting their senior turtles that they've had, and or that they're either saying it's that old, but they have no proof.
Yeah.
Or there's like an old turtle that's like 37, and like they say is 37, but it's like it's blind, it's dying, and or something like that. So I named it YouTube's oldest turtle, and that's what I named it at, because I know for a fact that I can pull out receipts and prove my turtle's age, right?
Yeah.
And I thought maybe people might have turtles as long as I have, knowing that they got them during that Ninja Turtles craze and all that other stuff, and just for the sake of having them. And then, man, sure was I ever right, man, because I got testimonies. I had my turtle to blah blah, and I'm quickly realizing my turtle Ninja is her name, is I know, is no longer YouTube's truly oldest turtle, because I'm seeing the testimonies from all these people, but they're so thankful that I made this video because they felt like they were alone. And it's nuts when you look back at it and you see it, like it really like makes me like gets me all warm inside, because like at the same time it's like, man, like what I thought was such a terrible video, terrible, atrocious, it my passion obviously spoke through it enough for it to get people to watch it and then continue to watch it, and then write a long paragraph essay on how long they've had theirs, or asking me questions about what I do for basking or whatever the case would be. And I don't show her. Like, I don't show her. I should. And I should, like, knowing. So here's the other thing. Knowing that that's my highest performing video, you'd think I would make another. But I haven't. It's been almost 2 years. I don't know why. It's just, I haven't. I should. If I, someone who watches analytics, that's a no-brainer. It's telling you push this. YouTube loves this turtle. Keep pushing out the turtle videos. But man, I don't want to be known for my turtle. I want to be known for my fish.
And it's not that. It's just sometimes we want to keep stuff that is ours, personal,
That's right.
personal. You know, it's that's really what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
And now, as much as you care for that, that also brings out that vulnerability in you. And you don't. Nobody likes to be vulnerable in front of a camera either. So
No,
that's I get it.
yeah. Yeah, no, it's a cool thing that when you think about it, but yeah, it's kind of like I've had this turtle for so long, it has a lot of sentimental value to me, clearly, and it's kind of my own little private bundle of joy, right? But yeah, no, guys, I like to say my phone is gonna die.
No.
It was a pleasure kicking it with you guys and talking fish and talking nonsense and I say nonsense, it truly wasn't nonsense. It was game. Let's do this again. Jorge, I still got to come on your channel. I want to come on. I want to do a live with you. We got to find the time to do that. Let's try to figure out a time before Christmas. If you still want to do that, I'm down.
Sure. Well, I'm not. Look, when we spoke, you said you were extremely busy, and I would respect that.
Until
you come back and say, "Hey, you know what? Now I got a little bit of time." I'm not going to bug you because I know how busy you guys can be, and so I just put it out there, and you said you would get back, and I'm waiting. That's all.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. But yeah, Berto, thank you for organizing this live, man. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for letting me, I guess you could say, come on and kind of hijack it. It's kind of weird when you have those StreamYard.
Hey, you already know that Garcia Juarez always drops the link, and whoever wants to come up anytime. And you don't even have to apologize or anything like that. You see the link, click it, and come up.
Yeah. That's the funny thing with YouTube. It's like, or StreamYard or Streamlabs or whatever you use for a streaming service. It's so funny because you can just drop a link and then someone can just pop on and hijack your entire show. It's like it's just boggling to me, but that's the fun of it. And honestly, I enjoy it too. It's better quality than over on Instagram or something like that too. So, I got to make the time out. I still have, I got to make the time out to do my first one. I have all these ideas and plans and stuff. So I'll get to it one day. I got the mic already. I got everything going. I've got it all, but I just haven't had the time to do it. So I'll get to it one day.
Mr. Whip, be a nice guy. Just be careful with the words that you put at the end. Okay? I respect you. And where is it? Over here. Started my sticker poster collection. Guess who's in the middle? You know it.
Hey, you got stickers?
Very local.
You got stickers and you haven't sent me one yet?
Don't worry. Oh, Gordon, just remember this. It's easy. You will never forget it. GarciaAquatics@gmail.com. Email me. I got you.
Done. GarciaAquatics@gmail.com. I'll get right to it. All right, guys. Take care, everybody. Appreciate it.
Look who's trying to come in now. Look who's trying to come in now all late. He's in the chat.
Damn, what I missed.
Well,
you missed a lot, man.
You missed a lot. You can watch it in the replay if you're up for it. But if you don't want to watch the replay, you're more than welcome to come up because Garcia Aquatics always does this.
Got my upper decky in my lip pillow. All right, guys, I'm signing out. Take care, everybody.
All right, guys. I'm gonna bounce. I love you. Thank you, Berto. Thanks for letting me come up.
No problem at all. It just been like that for me for a while, George, and I've been holding that in. And
well, like I told you, I feel bad that was your situation. I don't understand why. It's unfortunate if it happened. Well, no, it happened because you're saying it happened.
Yeah.
It's too bad. It's too bad. So, all right, sir. Well, I'll catch you later. And this was a good one. I enjoyed it
Thank
so
you.
much that I came up and give my 2 cents.
Joey, I know you're heading to bed and stuff like that,
I'll
but
see you
I just
later,
want
bro.
to tell you this. I would like to have you and Tamara, whenever you can. It's going to be on a Sunday at 8 o'clock. Whichever Sunday, but you already know that I'm always going to be dropping the link. You and Tamara, I would like to have you guys on my live stream. Because you know, I really like you a lot and I really respect you and everything. And everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And all my moderators, thank you for dropping those links. And everybody, thank you for being here. And Danikin, thank you for sending everybody to me. I respect that. And I apologize again for going too long, but it was a lot of things that we had to get rid of out and we had to talk about. And like I always say, don't wait. Hold on. I guess I can. All righty. I respect everybody for being here and stuff like that. And just don't forget to hit the like button, the notification bell, to notify you when I go up or when I'm dropping a video. And guys, if you haven't seen my new video that I just dropped, it was with me, Lady Shimmy Shimmy. It's a little funny. Go ahead and check it out. You might like it, but and James, I would like for you to come up. Hey guys, whoever wants to ever want to come up on my live, you know I'll always drop the link. You are more than welcome to come on, and you can join me, and I'll see you guys till the next Sunday, or who knows, maybe a surprise pop up. And I really care about you guys, and always love one another, respect each other, and get treated the way you want to be treated. Treat them the right way, and they'll treat you the right way also. So it's all about respect and love. Oh, all right. So don't forget, don't forget to be with Garcia Aquatics next time. And thank you for all for being here. And I love you all. And I'll see you till the next time. Garcia Aquatics. Ow!